cool thing. Welcome to the Not Nerd Show. I'm Ethan. We're here to help you tech better. Here with me, as always, Mr. Dave Baylor.
This technology stuff is hard. I'm like pushing buttons and nothing's happening, and I gotta click it again, and then it happens, and oy. I'm surrounded by technology. It's almost like computer code is bursting through my brain and surrounding me my entire life. It's everywhere.
Almost like you need to tech better.
Almost
like I need to zoom out a little bit.
Yeah, we're getting the full featured view. Oh, look at me.
Ooh, magically.
That's kind of weird.
There we go. Well, we are maybe back to a normal-ish episode this week after our CES madness the last couple of weeks.
Is any show for us normal?
No, a more normal-ish show.
Yeah.
But I am wearing a hat.
I saw that.
And this one, I pulled out of the archives as we think about those in California dealing with fires.
Yes.
You'll remember a couple years back I pulled out a Maui hat when the Maui fires stuff was going on. So there are some new fires down in San Diego that started today. I was meeting with somebody and they were getting updates from their sister that there was fires nearby in San Diego. So
I believe it's pronounced San Diego.
Oh yes, Wales. That's
we won't
enough
mention
of that.
We won't mention what it means.
Yes.
Well, yes, our thoughts and prayers go out to them. No, our money goes out to them. If you know of any good organizations that are supporting those people, send your monies down there.
Yes, and over to North Carolina and all the places.
And
to me, I need your money.
Yeah. We are officially not a nonprofit, so send us your money.
Yeah.
We're a not nonprofit. See what I did there?
There is one organization that a friend of mine has done some work. I actually saw him pop up in North Carolina, Samaritan's Purse.
Oh, yeah.
They do a lot of good work in those situations, helping out. But it's cool. Once again, just like in North Carolina on X, some of the people I follow, there's a guy, Chef Andrew Gruel, down in California, and him and his wife, they've just taken his restaurant, which was outside the fire zone, and people from all over the place are just bringing in trucks full of food. He's cooking, these gourmet meals to get to people to help them out.
Say, where is it again? What's the address?
Yes, exactly. But it is cool to see people come together in times of need.
Yes, indeed.
And we're going to come together in time of need for our main topic this week and try to figure out what in the world's going on with social media this week. There has been news all over the place.
I have some conspiracy theories. I'm not usually prone to conspiracy, but TikTok, as many of you know, it's a relatively popular media site. They were like, oh no, we're going to be shut down. And I think all that was going to happen with the current legislation was that Apple and Android would have to remove the app from their stores, but they weren't going to delete it off your phone or shut down the service or something. But the TikTok people on the day and date said, Arnar, the mean U.S. government has blocked us from doing business with you. Goodbye, cruel world. And then a few days later, oh, thank you, Mr. Trump.
Yes.
You got us back. And so I think there's maybe some disingenuous type stuff going on. And then there's a Facebook integration now. And so
I will remind people that we are the most nonpartisan tech podcast on the internet. But yeah, I've tried to keep up with the TikTok stuff. So in case you have been living under a rock or ignoring the news, yes,
which I often do.
I believe a year ago, this law was put into place saying that, and we covered it then, TikTok had 1 year to divest or shut down
or change their servers to U.S. servers
in the U.S. And so I've been trying to keep up with this. So yeah, Saturday, it's like tomorrow's the big TikTok ban. It's going to turn off. So I'm just scrolling through TikTok. People are doing funny like goodbye videos and all this stuff. And I was even telling people, I was like, if it's down more than 48 hours, I'll give you $5.
Yeah.
So then it was like 6:30 Pacific on Saturday. It started like I was scrolling through and like people's profile pictures were disappearing, and then like
Interesting.
I couldn't scroll my feed anymore, and then you would go back into the app and it had a message on there. Now and then Saturday or Sunday morning it came back with the message as you referenced saying that Trump has saved us. Now I've tried to understand the law, and basically a high level synopsis is any U.S. company that is allowing TikTok or ByteDance, the parent company, apps to exist can be, it's something crazy. Like they could be, basically my understanding, they could be fined like up to $5,000 per instance of the app being used. So like every time I opened up TikTok, Apple can get fined. Now,
Wow.
You mentioned the servers being moved to the U.S. I've heard some conspiracies, but Oracle hosts TikTok servers in the U.S. And Akamai, which is a like kind of caching thing, they provide a lot of the service. So the servers are already in the U.S., but I think because it's still China owned, that's where the problem is. But I've heard all kinds of conspiracies that it was shut down for 12 hours. I was watching a video on TikTok of a guy saying that I've worked for major corporations, and when you have to migrate servers, you copy everything over, then you take them down for about 12 hours, then they're on the new servers, and all these people are saying it's on Meta's servers now. Mark Zuckerberg is hosting TikTok, which...
Yeah, that's not true, but when it came back up, Facebook had a TikTok page, and it's either TikTok liked the Facebook page or vice versa or whatever, which the timing was very suspect. So why just then?
Yes. Yeah. It's almost like with many things, there's things that we don't know about. But
of course,
another little more extreme conspiracy theory, I'll put my tinfoil hat on.
I still haven't made mine. Shoot.
I saw some guy talking about the fact that TikTok is a CIA psyop, that we shouldn't be worried about the Chinese, it's all the CIA. But I don't know. So it was down for about 12 hours. I mean, basically, you go to bed, you get up in the morning, and it was back. Now,
if you're in the U.S., other parts of the world, it was during waking hours.
Well, they didn't have the ban, though.
That's
still
true.
were able to use it. But you couldn't. I saw people trying to use VPNs, and that wasn't working.
And then, what were people going to move over to?
Oh, yes. So this app, in the App Store, it has a Chinese language name, but it translates to Little Red Book, which the creator of this very similar to TikTok app says it's in reference to him attending Stanford. But if you look into Chinese history, there's other references of leaders in Little Red Books. But I actually went and tried it just to see what it was like. It was kind of like TikTok, but people were very worried or saying that China was worried because now U.S. people were going on there, and U.S. government was worried because people were seeing that China is actually this wonderful place that's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And everything is perfect there, and everyone owns a house.
Oh,
and
yes,
you just
they
get
do.
free money from the government every week.
Oh, yes. Communism is so great there if you have money. So the Little Red Book is not the same as Red Note, or is it different? Explain that to me.
I think there was a Red. I think it's the same.
There's a Red Note app that's from a Chinese developer, and everything is in Chinese.
Yes, I think it is the same thing. So
Weird.
It's lost in translation, but people are jumping over to that.
It's so silly.
And
The youngins, as we'll call them, I think it's very short-sighted for them to jump in bed with China. Do they not see what China is doing in the rest of the world? All the dastardly things and the little covert operations and the bullying techniques. It's not what they think it is. That's all I'm going to say. But we are the most nonpartisan. So
yes. And I think I forgot to put it in the show notes, but you had seen that the Marvel Snap app was banned in the U.S. because it's owned by ByteDance, as well as my previous pick of the week. And the app, if you've noticed, there haven't been any videos coming out from me. CapCut was also... I did put it in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so all these different ByteDance apps. The funny one to me was... There's an app called Lemon 8, which is kind of like TikTok, but it's by ByteDance. And TikTok was encouraging people to sign up for this Lemon 8 app, but it got banned too. And as far as I know, Google and Apple do not have any of the ByteDance apps back in their app store. If you have them, you can use them again. CapCut finally came back up today.
It was TikTok's not back. It's just they turned the servers back on or whatever.
The server's back on, but I don't think. And this is where it comes back to the law. And Apple has a whole page on it that because Trump did an executive order saying they were not going to enforce the law, but that doesn't mean that the law isn't still in effect. And he did a 75-day delay, so it's really murky. There's a lot of people saying that the law is still in effect and these fines could come through, but if Trump's, I mean, it is so crazy. And then another thing, all these people are trying to buy TikTok. So I saw Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank. He had made an offer, and then Mr. Beast posted a video. He was on a private jet, and I saw an article today. He got together with a bunch of billionaires. They made an offer for it. I think Meta's probably made an offer. All these people have made these offers.
It gets purchased by someone in the U.S., the popularity is going to go away. It's going to be everyone's going to abandon the platform, I think.
Yeah,
because it's not going to be cool anymore.
No,
it's going to be Mark Zuckerberg.
And I personally, as someone who, I mean, not nerd posts on TikTok, PDX Fast Foodie, I've had some growth on TikTok and some semi-popular videos, but I do the other sites as well. I do enjoy my TikTok algorithm. It usually serves me videos that are pretty good that I want to see. I don't really care about TikTok, but CapCut...
You do care about.
I do care about because it is, I've looked at some different options and I've used Final Cut Pro and
somebody
other
else
things.
Released a new app.
Oh, yes, I've got it in the thing. Meta announces their new CapCut rival called Edits, which again, interesting timing.
Yes, very
it's going to be
timing.
an iOS app with Android coming soon. But I use CapCut on the desktop. That's where I really... want it, and I really like it for the captions feature. So now maybe Edits is going to be a great little app for editing videos. A lot of people that create content, they shoot it on their phone, they edit it on their phone, they post it from their phone. I'm a little more complicated than that, but yeah. So,
are you familiar with Captions?
I've seen a bunch of other ones. But it seems like none of them have the complete package that CapCut does with advanced editing options as well as the super easy, fun captions that you can do. But
yeah,
maybe I need to check out Captions.
Everybody's, hot
on it. Here's the problem. All of these ones, it's like, just upload your videos and AI will edit everything for you.
It doesn't work.
I know. I've tried it with the podcast. I did one of the services with podcasts, uploading a whole episode, and it gave 20 clips back, and none of them were ones that I wanted to publish. So
yeah.
But yeah, so that kind of kicks off. Besides just the whole TikTok madness and the Little Red Book, something in the last couple of weeks is that Meta has announced that they're going to get rid of, in the U.S. to start with, their third-party fact-checking companies that they paid to fact-check things, and they're going to start using community notes feature like X uses. And I think the community notes platform, I'm a contributor on it on X. I think it is a great way because it's kind of open sourced as far as the community gets to vote on things.
It's kind of like Reddit, where you can kind of downvote something, and it's not the exact same way, but the community can rally around something and get rid of it.
Yes. Now, is there opportunity for? I've seen stories where, like on Discord, there's some group that really believes in something, and they'll all become part of community notes. So then in the Discord chat, they say, "Oh, we all need to go vote this up to get it off there." So there is some room for that, but yeah,
definitely game the system.
On X, I'll be scrolling through, and if you're ever on X, you'll see community notes. But then for me, since I'm part of the community notes team,
of course,
it'll say readers have suggested community notes. Then you can click on it, read through it, look at which articles they link to, rate it on like 6 or 7 different factors of, is it, is the spelling correct? Does it cite high quality sources? Is it neutral? That's a big one. Is it neutral text and saying, "Oh, Trump's an idiot, so you better go read this because this is wrong." So I really like that platform. I think it would be good for Meta to have something a little more transparent than, say, these third-party fact checkers, because there's been issues with that.
Now, did you mention that you're a contributor to the community notes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I was curious if you'd said that.
Yes. So you kind of go through this process, and eventually, after I rated so many notes, I could write notes. I just don't have the time or brain power to contribute notes, but I do often vote on them. So
very fun. Maybe I should.
Yeah. So that's kind of an interesting change for Meta that, of course, is polarizing because everything's polarizing. For me, something exciting, Instagram, you can now do 3-minute reels.
Yeah, tell me a little bit more about that. What was the time limitation before?
Yes, so TikTok has, a while ago, now you can record like 50-hour videos on TikTok. They used to have a time limit. YouTube, their shorts, it used to be 60 seconds. They recently did a horrible rollout of going up to 3 minutes. Instagram, it was 90 seconds.
Okay, right here.
And so they bumped it up. So now they're the same as YouTube. So now the problem for me was, hey, I've got a 2-minute video. Oh, I've got to figure out a way to cut it down for Instagram or even more for YouTube before. But now they have 3-minute reels. Now, if you're a content creator, I will say that still keep it as short as possible. Don't try to fill up the 3 minutes unless you have something really fascinating to talk about.
Is this going to just be, is this a race to the bottom type thing again, where everybody's just going to say unlimited videos and it's just going to be YouTube all over again?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, really, TikTok's kind of gone that way. I was joking, but I think you can do like up to a 30-minute video on there.
Wow. That would be a long TikTok.
Yes. And on Instagram and YouTube, obviously you can do longer videos, but it's just that TikTok like Reels or Shorts thread where it's the real easy flick through quick content stuff. So it is kind of one of those things of, where do you find that, what is that limit? What makes sense for that? But the thing is, with that kind of feed, you can always just swipe to the next video if it's not interesting. So I think it kind of works itself out as far as what becomes popular. But if you did have something that was 3 minutes long and a really good storytelling and interesting information, you can watch it there.
Yeah.
So and we were talking offline and you said, oh, well, aren't all these services just the same now? Well, both X and Bluesky announced this week they're adding video feeds to their apps. So X has done a lot for video and improving video on that platform. but now there is a dedicated button across your menu on the bottom, and I think Bluesky is adding something similar. So it's
that'll just
almost
show
like
you
there's something to video.
So that'll just show you posts that have video attached to them. Is that what
Yeah,
it does?
so like a similar algorithm type thing to
kind of like clicking on the shorts
TikTok
button.
or all of them. But
I don't consume my media that way. I consume most of it through Reddit, where it's image, text, a link with all of them have discussion, a video. It's not just video.
yes.
So anyway,
Yeah.
I guess I'm not attracted as much to that. Just quick.
It will be interesting to see, especially as all the services kind of move to the same thing, what the longevity of it is, where, you're scrolling through and it's like, okay, and you have to have almost a certain type of video to get people to stop and watch. You've got to make it exciting. You've got to have a good hook at the beginning. So I think there will be, personally, I think there will be some fatigue.
I think the attractive people is what gets people to stop and
No,
look.
yes, or a ridiculous mustache if you're not attractive is what I'm trying for. But yeah, one last thing on the social media, Bluesky is getting its own photo sharing app, Flashes.
Yes, I think I posted this article in there. I don't know. It wasn't available when I found the article. But I'm very interested. I've been delving more into Bluesky more than you, but I mean, there's only so many social media things you can keep up with. Yeah. And it's just so funny. It's like all of these social media apps have their own little crowd. And so Twitter has their crowd, or I'm sorry, X has their crowd. Threads has their crowd. Instagram's got their crowd. TikTok, it's kind of just all video. So there's not really much dialogue that I'm aware of. But with Bluesky, it's all the people who've abandoned other services they don't like. And so I logged in the other day and there's always a lot of discussion about like the inauguration and TikTok and Elon Musk and Twitter. It's like, guys, you're off of that platform. Let's talk about something relevant to this platform. So anyway, it's just more complaining.
Yes. I guess I wish my personal thing is like I want everybody in the same spot so I can kind of see everything and we can have discourse, but I don't know if in our society if that's gonna happen.
Well, that was
different things.
That was Twitter, but there was a decline in Twitter over the years, and it has become what it is now.
It's now. I think it has grown quite a bit over the last year, and I do see. I know people like to think that Twitter is or X is right wing and Bluesky is left wing, but I see in my feed everything on X. I know it gets a lot of talk. Oh, it's just this horrible cesspool. Some of it depends on who you follow and what you're liking, so what shows up in your algorithm. But I see some really good discourse and differing opinions on there and discussion and stuff. But
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the people who say that stuff's on there, which it is, they're not necessarily seeing it. It's that they're mad that it's on there. It doesn't align with their political views. And so they're mad that it exists, period, whether they're seeing it or not.
Yes.
It's kind of like, pornography is so terrible and you can't do anything without seeing it on when you open up your web browser. And it's like, yeah, you can use the web without seeing it.
Yes.
There's more on the internet than just that.
Yes. Yeah. So people focus on things to make a point. What? That doesn't sound like
that's weird.
Our society once again. But so that's kind of most, I think, of the big news in social media. It was just so weird. I mean, the TikTok ban especially is just such a weird thing, and to see where it goes from here. Because I think I've heard it's like 160, 70 million people in the U.S. use TikTok. So that's a good, that's 50% of the population that's
a
using
big
it
chunk.
at some level. It definitely has an impact, and a lot of people, I've heard people talking, a lot of small businesses have made their mark because of TikTok, whether it's a TikTok shop or just making good videos and getting word out about their restaurant or whatever it is. So there's a lot of U.S. economy that comes out of it. Will all of that move somewhere else if it's gone? Probably. So who knows what the future holds for social media, but use it responsibly and diversify. Don't go all in on TikTok would be my advice.
Yeah, that's probably pretty wise advice.
Yes. Well, you know what else is wise advice?
What's that?
Dave's Pro Tip of the Week.
Oh, yeah. Well, Dave's Pro Tip of the Week was actually written by none other than Nate of the Heaths.
Yes.
You added the pro tips, and I'm like, you know what? That's fine.
Let's go with it.
Less work for me to do. So one thing I discovered about Las Vegas, having visited there 3 times in as many years, is that it could be hot and dry. For those of you who don't know, Las Vegas is situated in the middle of a desert.
Yes.
Desert don't typically have a lot of moisture. They're usually hot. It's very dry, and the indigenous critters have all developed techniques to combat that. But humans, we need moisture.
Especially humans from the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, you can see my wrinkly hands that need some lotion. Well, come to find out, the place that we are staying does not have complimentary hand lotion for some ridiculous reason. Well, I know the reason, because everybody uses too much of it. So I went on a little fact-finding mission online and checked with a couple things, because I had a suspicion. And a few websites validated my suspicion that conditioner, their shampoo and conditioner, that conditioner is basically hand lotion with a few extra hair-related chemicals in there to help it absorb and do whatever hair stuff does. And so I tried it. I put it on my hand, used it as hand lotion, and it worked fine. Yeah. So if you are ever into a climate that you need hand lotion and it's not available to you, check to see if you brought some conditioner or if the hotel provides conditioner, because it's basically hand lotion plus a few other things. So
and probably I just realized that anywhere you're applying it, especially on a male body, there's probably hair there anyway. So arm hair, leg hair, and I will vouch for this tip, because it was like day 3 and I decided to wear shorts, and I looked at my legs and they looked like those desert animals you were talking about.
Yeah.
Scaly. And so I went in, they had the wall-mounted conditioner, I pumped a little out, put it on my legs. Man,
your legs were
well hydrated.
They were hydrated, and your leg hairs shined so beautifully and glinted in the sun.
Leg hairs are still thanking me for that.
They loved it. They absorbed all that.
A little travel tip. And as we were leaving Las Vegas, standing in the TSA line, the way to Vegas, when we left Portland, we didn't even slow down in the TSA line. We were like, it was like, oh, we're already through the metal detector.
Okay, now what do we do?
I didn't even know I was inside yet. It was quick, but leaving Las Vegas at the last day of CES, there was 100,000 people that were all trying to get out of town.
Wanted to leave at the same time, yeah.
Yes. Friday evening, and so we had quite the TSA line, and I reminded Dave of a little tip that I learned long ago. When you're waiting in that line, it's a great time to empty out all your pockets, take off your watches, your belts, throw it all in your backpack or whatever you've got. You can put it all back on afterwards. But I was telling Dave this, and he's like, oh, that's a pretty good idea. So we did it. We get up there. The guy in front of us in line took 3.5 minutes to figure out which pockets had stuff in them.
I guess I have a wallet. Who would have thought I had that in my pocket? That's weird. Yes.
And I have keys.
Yeah. Oh, a key. Where'd that come from?
Yes, that experience is very similar to the kind old lady writing checks at the grocery store.
Yeah.
It is the same painful delay,
You
especially
knew
when
you were
you're
in
trying to get on a
line
flight.
for TSA, and you know that they're gonna make you take everything out of your pockets, and you know it's like, come on, what are you thinking? Well, they're probably like the guys that don't go when the light turns green because they're on their phone dinging around.
Yes.
I had to honk. I didn't have to. I chose to honk at a person today. Every time I approach a car that's at the stoplight and I pull up behind them, I'm always like, is this person going to be the type of person that goes? Or are they going to sit there, 1001, 1002, 1000, So
Yeah.
I thought, well, this guy doesn't look like he's on his phone. Looks like he's looking straight ahead. No. He was some trickery. doing something.
Preoccupied.
He was writing a novel or something on his laptop. Who knows? So I honked at him. And I encourage all of you to just wait, maybe count to 1001, 1002, and then if they're not moving, honk. Because ain't nobody got no time for that.
Yes.
Ain't nobody.
Yes. Well, geez, 3 great travel tips, whether in your car, in a drive Vegas location, or in the TSA line. We've got something for you.
This episode should be titled Planes, Trains, Automobiles, and Deserts.
Yes, there we go, new show title. Well, that means it is time for everyone's favorite segment, Just the Headlines. On this crisp Tuesday Eve,
We got
it is,
some action
38
there.
degrees according to my
Thermometer?
menu bar.
Oh, your menu bar. Yeah, and we just saw a neighbor possibly walk by. That was
Yes.
great. I think it was. I think we might be witnessing the bi-daily vehicle swap.
Oh,
This might be the vehicle location swap ritual that goes on
Yes.
several times every single day in our neighborhood. Because I can see the headlights from a car that's in the driveway illuminating. So I think the gentleman started the car, walked to a different location, because there's a
Get
third
the
vehicle
car.
over here, I guess. Yeah, this would be interesting, but we don't have to sit and wait. But I can keep you updated after we.
Yes, the old Sherwood Shuffle.
Yeah, that's what we like to call it.
Nice.
So anyway, I digress.
As you do. But let us get to Just the Headlines.
China to host world's first human robot marathon.
Donald and Melania Trump launch a pair of meme coins.
Again, China to build thorium molten-salt reactor in 2025. And yes, I do know what that is.
Intel suffers worst year since 1971 IPO.
Sonos CEO steps down following disastrous app redesign.
Instagram begins randomly showing users AI-generated images of themselves.
No, thank you. And AI beats human experts at distinguishing American whiskey from Scotch.
And those are just the headlines.
I hope our audio is good. We haven't had producer Todd chime in to let us know
Yeah.
if the audio is good or not. I have this sneaky suspicion that you're echoing or something because I see you coming through. Oh, you're listening to it live, which is kind of funny.
Yes.
It's just that your audio.
Yeah, I am very echoey.
Yeah, see you coming through my channel as well, which is weird. But you sound fine to me.
Yeah, of course, the one time when nobody's been able to join us that we've seen on the live chat.
Okay, say something again.
Okay, I'll say something again.
No, that didn't make any change whatsoever.
Nice. Well, I'm glad. Wes
There
joins
is
us
an
in the
echo for me.
chat.
Oh, thanks, Wes. thinks 45 minutes later.
35 minutes.
Well, I'm exaggerating.
He has an echo. He has confirmed. Thank you for being in there, Wes, to check that.
Okay, I'm going to look at something. Talk amongst yourselves here.
Yes. I should, without producer Todd on the scene, we should have thought to check that, but we've been good on audio for a while.
Yeah, I didn't change anything, of course. I did do the cardinal sin of unplugging my computer and plugging it back in, so...
That'll do it.
A little dabble do ya, as they say.
Yes.
Well, yes. Hey, Wes, can you confirm that the echo is still there?
Is it still echoing?
It's still there. I can tell from my side. Well, I'm not quite sure how to deal with this.
Got me. I'll just leave.
Yeah, maybe if you just hang up and I'll just do it my whole time. Nate, audio and video. Yeah, look, I mean, yeah, I don't know what the deal is. I'm going to turn one thing off, but it'll probably turn your audio off altogether, okay?
Wes says, Nate sounds like the great and powerful Oz.
Yeah, it turned it off altogether, so that was exciting.
Yes. Yeah, it's almost like I'm doing our Picks of the Week talk with the echo. Do you have the echo button held down? Is there something laying on the echo button?
That's a good question.
Live troubleshooting on the Nutner Show.
No, it was off. I think it probably just got worse. But, well, that's a bummer. We're just going to have to turn off the show and start over again.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, why don't we continue on, and I will try to resolve our issue. And this is a good time to bring up that one backup is none backup. And what did you can't move forward unless you back up. Behold the power of backup. So if we had been recording this show offline, we could have reinserted the audio to correct the issue in post, but
yes,
that's not something that we did. So anyway, I'll continue to look to see what's going on here.
Yeah, who was it that was talking earlier about social media and diversifying across platforms?
Yes.
Take my own advice. But yes, at least I believe I'm, you can understand me. I just sound like, as Wes said, the great and powerful Oz.
So weird that that's been going on the whole time and no one said anything.
Yes. Well, we've had such a crazy show schedule the last couple of weeks with the holidays and then CES that we've got to get people back on the routine. So apologies 38 minutes in to all the people that are listening after the fact that we're having some audio issues. But hey, you know what? Let's move on to our takes of the week.
So one thing I can do is just pause my channel every time you're talking, and I'm not.
Oh, then there you go. Get your Nintendo finger ready to go on that. The first one I wanted to bring up, show we've talked about, an Apple TV Plus show, Severance Season 2 is out, and they did a Nate is fixed. Oh yeah, because Dave's muting me.
He's not fixed, but yeah.
So to promote this in Grand Central Terminal, they set up a little cubicle like the Lumon Industries where they work in the show, and the actual actors were there pretending like they were in the show as people are crowding around Grand Central Terminal. And I just thought this was a very cool, very Apple-like way to promote a show, that you recreate the show in the middle of a busy terminal.
Yeah. So it is. I missed this. My daughter was telling me about this, and it seemed pretty cool.
Yeah. And then Ben Stiller is a producer or something on the show, and I saw a clip of him in the background actually using his iPhone, of course, to video his characters from his show inside the cubicle alongside all these looky-loos. But yeah, pretty interesting little...
And so it was the real actors in there?
Yeah. Yep, they were in character, and like they were just doing their job, talking in there, and people were just looking and, of course, recording outside of it. So Yeah, like who thinks to do that? But pretty creative. And I think they had some stuff on the Apple website as well for Lumen Industries to really promote the show because it's so popular. But when I went to look for that yesterday, it was replaced with they had some stuff for MLK Day, and then there's other information. But for a while, they had it up there. So I love this kind of stuff, having fun with promotion and marketing. It's not just your regular interview or commercial. It's, hey, let's go out in the real world and do this. So
Yeah, that's really cool. And side note, a
yeah.
little sidestep. I believe I have fixed the audio echo issue through the power of toggling a thing off and back on again.
Oh, hey, that is a pro tip that we had before the show too.
That worked with video, and
Yeah.
this time it seems to have worked with audio. But who would have thought? What's happening? What's happening on this whole thing? Get me off of this crazy thing. What's happening? So at least for the next 2 hours that we're going to be broadcasting, there will be no echo. So that's good.
Good. And next up, I sent this one to you before you were awake the other day. Nintendo launches the trailer for the new Switch 2.
It was so crazy that I wasn't able to watch this video for a long time. We'll probably get taken down for showing this, honestly.
And Wes says the audio sounds great.
Okay, so I'm sorry about that, everybody. I noticed it bouncing in my VU meters, but I'm like, I don't hear anything. But my suspicion got the best of me. Yeah. So anyway, the Nintendo Switch. It's bigger, it's better, it's faster, it's sleeker, it's sexier, it's more expensive, it's everything-er.
Yeah.
So there it is.
And that is about all we know about it at this point, is this teaser video.
Yeah, that's it. We don't know anything else. I saw a guy do a deep dive, and let's see if we can get to the part here. Here it is. They showed Mario Kart. And this guy was a developer, and he's like, okay, you'll notice that the texture on the road is very high resolution. And you'll notice on Mario Kart 8, it's less, because I know this stuff because I'm a developer, and the textures for the road are very large and they take up a lot of memory, and the original Switch only had 4 gigs of memory, and this one's got more, obviously. And he was talking about shadows and draw distances and volumetric cloud type stuff, volumetric fog. So from his estimation, and this is technical, the new Switch, which is about 10 years newer than the old one, has more advanced graphics.
Whoa. Yeah. Well,
it's better.
I'm glad a game developer was able to crack that code that they made improvements on the Switch 2.
Yeah, he was convinced from the evidence he saw in the video that it was more powerful than the previous one.
Nice.
So, I mean, he could have called me up. I could have given that to him for free.
Yes. Yeah, you should have done the video first.
I should have said, well, see, I just think that people would assume that.
Yes.
But I mean,
never assume.
Yeah.
I see a lot of videos on TikToks with people saying, this iPhone tip you didn't know about. And it's like the most basic thing. And
you can turn up the volume by hitting the volume switch.
Yes. Yeah. Something that simple. And I'm like, oh, it's obvious to me. But that is something we have discussed over the years of the show, that things that are obvious to us are often not obvious to others, or even each other. There is many a thing we've taught each other that it's like, oh, how did I not know that?
One of the funny things that I hope people still don't fall for this is when the top 10 iPhone tips that you've never heard of. Number 6 will make you lose your socks. And 6 is like, I don't know.
You can turn down your screen brightness.
Put a screen protector on to not get scratches. Yeah. And it's like, what? Why did
you want to save battery life? Turn it all the way off.
Yeah. If you don't like the music you're playing, hit pause. Whatever.
This and that follow for this and other tips.
Some good ones.
Yes. Yes.
As a side note, since we're talking about stuff like that, where are we even in the show? Okay,
we are halfway or
duty.
about halfway through our takes.
Well, we're talking about iPhone stuff. I had to communicate to a friend today that someone was wanting some computer help, and I just had to write in the email. I didn't say this, but because it's cliche, but I don't do Windows, and I'm like, I'm only going to help if it's a Mac or iPhone, or because I know the tips, I know the tricks.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know the tips and tricks on
what
Windows.
You're comfortable with.
Yeah, yes. And I said I'd spend more time researching the solution than I would actually get paid for, so it's never worth it. So anyway, but our next take, Watch Duty, the critical wildfire tracking app. So I heard about this today. What is your take, my friend?
Yes, I have not used it yet, but I have seen many people make mention of it. It is a remarkable nonprofit app that become a must-download utility during the Los Angeles fires. It doesn't care about user engagement, time spent, or ad sales. The 501c3 nonprofit behind it only cares about the accuracy of the information it provides and the speed with which the service can deliver the information. The app itself has taken off, rocketing to the top of Apple and Google's app stores. Over 1 million people have downloaded it over the last few days alone. And this is 10 days ago when the fires were starting. And it is just a purely informational, let you know what is going on with fires. So if you're in a fire zone, which seems to be more and more places, it would probably be good to check out Watch Duty.
Yeah. I saw a simple tech stack and I read one simple trick and I'm like, oh no,
we were just they talking did about the
thing. So Nate, you and I think the time is right, but this is some validation. You and I need to start a nonprofit to do something like this, to help people tech better, or to do something, you know what I mean? Like a service for people, because I think that's where our heart is, and we could certainly do it. And then
we've already started a nonprofit. We just have not incorporated made it a legal entity. We operate as a nonprofit.
Yeah, this is a nonprofit endeavor. But I'm thinking all that sweet nonprofit money we could get.
Yes.
I mean, nonprofits are known for their $1 million CEOs and stuff.
So. Yes, we will be the next Goodwill. Yeah. Well, we could be, just if we gave away all the extra technology.
As I look around, I have better stuff than they have.
Yes.
Right here.
Yes, I'll cut you a deal. Our next one, little security and privacy story, how U.S. forces and NASA could inadvertently be spying for China. And it's utilizing a little company called Insta360 that we were talking about a lot last week and might be talking about later in this episode.
Yes, I found this one and it made me not happy because I have an Insta360 camera, all of which are not in this room at the moment, but I have two of them actually.
Yeah.
And for years I've wanted Insta360 cameras, but were not affordable. And then I bought one and I didn't use it that much. And so I bought another one to you know how it's like, you got to buy one, then you got to buy one to cover it up with. Right.
Yes.
So I was shocked, but not shocked to find out that this Chinese company could be sending data to China of all people, because Chinese companies are beholden to the Chinese government. And the whole problem with TikTok, which this article talks about as well, is, I mean, they can do whatever they want, right? The Chinese government. And one section of this article asked the question, I keep hitting the wrong button, is Insta360 a Chinese company? And it says, The author said that the data from the devices was communicating with 276 foreign endpoints, many in China and Russia, including about a dozen belonging to TikTok owner ByteDance, as well as Huawei, and Chinese state-owned telecom giant China Telecom, both of which are under U.S. sanctions. So, not a good look if you're just an action camera company and you're sending data back to 276 foreign endpoints, many of which are the bad guys. So
yes,
I'm glad I bought my camera when I did.
Well, what information did you give to Poppy?
I don't know.
CES.
See, so Poppy was our little salesperson that glommed onto us and was talking to us at CES, and oh man, she had the slick tongue. She was telling me everything. I'm like, "Where are your new products?" And she's like, don't worry about new products. Our current products are so cool.
Give us your information."
Yeah, and the whole time she was like, "What's your middle name? How do you spell your last name? What are the last 4 digits of your social security?" I was like, "That's weird for somebody
just one little blood sample is all I need."
Just on the sales floor, it was kind of weird. And she was doing retina scans and thumbprint deals, but I didn't care. I was at Insta360. It was very weird. Now that
our new DNA swab product, but
hindsight is 2020, as all I gotta say.
Of course, this article is focused on the fact that if U.S. military, government, NASA forces are using these products, there is a chance that, precise location or video content or something could be getting into hands where it should not be.
Hey,
so that is.
I've got a real, actual, another pro tip. There you go. You may or may not know this. Many apps that ask for location on your I'm speaking for iPhone, don't actually need it. So a rule of thumb is you can always say no. And if they're like, "I really do need it," you can go back into settings and turn it on. And I can probably count on these 3 fingers the number of apps that absolutely require precise location. You can toggle every time they ask for location. You can toggle from precise to general location. And that means Sherwood at my address with my car in the driveway is precise. General is you're in the Portland metro area. Weather apps, they just need to know you're in Portland metro area. Driving apps, I'm just trying to think of like Uber and all those. They probably need your exact location because they come to your house or whatever. But well, not really, because you give them your address.
Yeah.
But anyway, there are many other ones. I don't use a lot of the apps I use are ones that I would point out do probably need some like photo apps but let's say a video app. If you're just taking videos and you're going to cut them into a movie, what does it need your location for? They don't. No. It doesn't need that. Or some filter. I'm going to put a filter on your picture. They don't need your location, and none of them. Hear me out here. None of them need your contacts. Don't give your contacts to anybody. But
any app.
None.
No app besides your phone app that has your contacts.
Yes. No other apps need that. And if they do and they require it to use, delete it immediately. But anyway, sorry, I kind of got into a long pro tip, but the precise location that we're talking about here, Insta360 app or whatever, it does not need to know your exact whereabouts. And a few years ago, there was was it Strava, the running app? Many of our military people were using that app. And then lo and behold, they're like, wait a minute, we can basically map the entire army bases because people are running on every street, sidewalk, inside of buildings, gymnasiums. I mean, the data that foreign powers can get on our military institutions just by following people who are exercising is immense. And so think about it before you share your location with any of these apps.
Yes, indeed. And one last one that I added in this afternoon, a little breaking news. Trump has pardoned Ross Ulbricht, the creator of Silk Road, which I don't know all the ins and outs of the story, but Silk Road was used for a lot of illegal buying and selling on the dark web, and he was sentenced to life in prison, but he has been pardoned, which is something a lot of people were calling for, and I'm sure there was many people calling for him not to be pardoned. But
What about
um,
Edward Snowden? Can we bring him back from Russia now?
I
Maybe.
I don't know. I haven't seen that one yet, but yeah, the whole Silk Road story is pretty interesting. I think there might even be a movie about it, but
Hmm.
it seems like he probably wasn't perfect in his creation of all this stuff, but he wasn't the one actually buying and selling drugs and weapons and all that
He just
stuff.
created
So
the service or whatever.
yes,
Well,
yes,
what about Facebook and
yeah,
X and all those? I mean, why aren't those
exactly.
CEOs in prison?
Yes, but yeah, I just want to get that on the not nerd record that it has happened. But it is time for our bonus odd take, and this one is a previous pick. It was
Okay.
picked back on episode 426, Vision Quest Pro. So just about a year ago, when I received my Vision Pro, but it was by our Neal.fun, one of our favorite websites for bonus odd takes, a app called Infinite Craft. Well, here's the interesting reason why I decided to pick it again. The other night, Isla was like, I want to get this new app that I saw an ad for. And what was it? Infinite Craft. He actually has an iOS app. She saw an ad for it somewhere. She downloaded it and had a lot of fun. Now, if you'll remember, you start with basic elements of Earth. Is it fire, water, uh,
Yeah.
dirt,
Yeah. Water,
and
fire,
then
wind, earth. And then I've added plant, dandelion, and wine now.
yes,
So what if I take fire and add wine to it? What's going to happen?
yes.
Oh, I get alcohol. Wait, isn't wine? Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. What if I put my
So the
dandelions?
idea is you can infinitely craft
More wine.
different things, and she was having fun seeing what she could come up with this. So I wanted to just bring it back to your attention. It's not only a website at neal.fun, you can also get the iOS app,
And
which will be linked in the show notes.
there are I don't remember what it was. It was like 20 million different
Combinations of
combinations.
things that you can come up with. So
Yeah.
it's good for the imagination and creativity.
What if I put an eruption on an eruption? What happens? Oh, I get a volcano again. Yeah, I'm not very good at this game, I've discovered. I'm
You just create things you've already created.
Yeah, what if I put water on an eruption? Oh, I get lava.
Ah,
And
there
what
we
if I
go.
put earth on lava? I get stone. Okay, here we're talking. Now I can
Now
build
you're,
stuff. What if I get
yeah.
stone and a dandelion? Oh, I get to make a wish. Of course.
Hey, there you go.
Everybody knows this.
Everybody knows this. Well, you know what else everybody will know in a few minutes?
What's that?
Our picks of the week.
I didn't push echo since half of our show was echoey.
People are tired of
I
Echo
I
already.
didn't want to give it to him. Didn't want to give it the satisfaction. So I'm an idiot because I didn't bring it in here, but I did bring up the website.
Ah, yes.
The aforementioned Insta360.
Yes.
And here's the next product I'll probably buy from them, but more on that next year. So they make a myriad of products. I have this Insta360 X3 previous pick of the week. I don't know anything about this Ace Pro, but one product that I've had my eye on for quite since it was an Insta360 Go
Yes.
with nothing after it, and now we're on the 3S, which is actually the fourth iteration of this product, is the Insta360 Go 3S, the tiny, mighty 4K camera. And I bought this camera to take to CES so that I could kind of, yeah, so here's the lady with this with it on her chest. There's the
Little
dude
body
with the,
cam, if
yeah.
you will.
I wanted to walk around CES and film everything so I didn't miss anything. Kind of like a life recording type thing.
Yes.
And it worked okay. I ended up not really using any of the footage for anything, but it was kind of fun to carry around and record stuff. And it gave me some great insight as to how to use it in the future.
Yes.
So it was more of a testing ground. And as Nate and I said many, many times while we're at the show, this was a fact-finding mission.
Yes.
So we learned lots of facts. And for some reason, YouTube is refusing to play.
Nice. And Wes in the chat earlier said, Not Nerd is requesting your exact location and personal information. And then he said, more cowbell. I mean, more echo.
More
Wes
echo.
is all in on the echo.
Yeah, okay. Well, say picks of the week again real quick here. Hang on one second. Ready?
Picks of the week.
I didn't hear it, but you should have got some echo on there.
Yes.
But anyway, this is my pick of the week. You can get yourself this device. It comes with the small camera and the back part that you plug the camera into, the little dock.
Monitor.
Yeah, the monitor. What's great about it is you can use it as a one unit, and the screen flips up so you can take pictures of yourself, videos of yourself. And when you disconnect the small part from the other part, you can still see the video. So you're like, oh, I got to look under my car. You can put it under your car and still look at the screen. It's got magnets.
And
that
was one thing we didn't talk about last week, is how much fun we had with magnets at CES. There's lots of magnets everywhere.
There are. Oh yeah, it's got built-in Find My, so you don't even have. I mean, if you lose it,
yeah, that was a cool feature.
So they keep going by too quickly, but you'll notice that it's on the chest. You're like, how is it sticking to the chest? Well, there's a little lanyard with a magnet, as we just discussed, that will go behind your clothing. Then you snap this onto your shirt, and it looks like it's just floating there. So it's pretty cool. Other devices have done this, but Insta360 was pretty much the first company to do it, and I've been wanting one ever since. They've had a couple different form factors, but I feel like this is the one. They finally arrived. It's an action camera, but it's also their small little pill camera, all in one unit, and you get all the mounting hardware comes with it. It's pretty cool.
Yes, I do have to agree. It's like a GoPro where you can just take the camera and go away from the rest of it. And I think it is a very, I was going to say intuitive. That's the wrong word. Innovative.
Yeah. It's just cool. I mean, like if you want to have a live blog camera or a life blog camera, it's great for that. If you want to have an action camera, it's great for that. Hook it on your hat, hook it on your bike, whatever. The small capsule part is water resistant, waterproof. The other part is not. So do not take the part with the screen on it in the water.
Yes.
But yeah, and there's all kinds of different tools you can get for it, dive cases and pet harness, everything you want. So man, enough of this Chinese communist propaganda that I'm giving to you, recommending this camera, but it is pretty darn cool.
Yes. Well, that was something you got and used at CES. And I'm also picking something I got the day before we left from CES from TikTok Shop. So it's all coming full circle tonight. But you got a little bit of hands on this with this too. Now, you might be looking at this going, what in the world is this? Well, I was trying to minimize. What isn't it is the truth. I was trying to minimize the amount of tech I'd be carrying around with me while at CES. So this flips up, this rotates, but it's a phone holder. And then down here, you've got a little button. You've got a quad pod. It's not just a tripod. It's a quad pod, folks, for more stability. And then it stretches out. Now, it doesn't go very long. What is that? About a foot. But it also has built in there a little Bluetooth remote that you can connect to your phone. Now, the only problem is if you're using it in selfie stick mode and you're holding it out from you, that trigger is up there. But what another thing that I used it for at CES, if you compact it back down and fold it up, you can put your phone in there, and then it just kind of becomes like a little shutter, kind of like the Shift Cam products we've talked about before, where you can just hold it there, or I would just kind of have it like this just to give a little bit better handle than just holding my phone. But I looked, it's under $10 on TikTok Shop. So while TikTok still exists, I mean, that thing fits in your pocket. It is so small, but it has a lot of features.
Now, Nate, the picture shows that the Bluetooth controller can be So why can't you, when you're in extended mode,
Well, yes, but it would be nice if it was
lower?
I'd rather just have it on there so I can just be holding it, not have to do something with my other hand. But yeah, it's pretty well. It doesn't score a perfect 10 on my selfie stick rating system, which will be coming out soon.
Jeez, you own a couple of those, I think, selfie
Yes, I
sticks.
own quite a few, but they all serve different purposes. So
Hmm.
this one, if you don't need a lot of extension, but you want portability and some nice little options there, pick this bad boy up over on TikTok Shop. I should try to I'll see if I can find something similar on Amazon that I can link to as well, because if you want either of our picks tonight or previous picks, you head over to notpicks.com where we list those. We're Amazon affiliates and other affiliates. So you can go click through there, give us a couple pennies, check out some cool gadgets.
Yeah.
And then I look at the anonymous reports and get our Ramazon purchase of the week.
Hey, and I'm still, I got some news.
Yeah.
I re-signed up for Amazon.
Oh, no, you couldn't resist.
I couldn't resist, but there is some drama involved, and so I'll save that for next week.
Oh, yeah, there we got our main topic for next week. Dave's Amazon Prime drama.
Dramazon.
I love it. So our Ramazon purchase of the week, looking through the report, I think somebody that does some maybe sewing and stuff has been on their shopping because they bought the
What gives you the idea?
Yes, by some of the other things on the report even more, but the 250 pack safety pins by Lux Record, 4 assorted sizes of durable silver, small and large safety pins, bulk, rust resistant, nickel plated steel, sharp edge for clothes, sewing, arts and craft. For $6, you can get 250 assorted size safety pins.
Now I'm a little confused. It says silver small. They must be referring to the color and not the material. Because why would you nickel plate silver?
Yes.
And how is silver
so
color inexpensive? Yeah.
Yes. I don't think silver makes the best safety pins, but this has been, according to Amazon, bought 5,000K plus bought in the past month. It has 4.5 stars on 4,022 ratings.
I'm gonna look at some of those ratings.
Man.
They work good.
Yes.
Just a little thinner than I'm used to. Oh, that's what she... never mind.
Yes.
A great value for a lifetime supply of safety pins. Totally pleased with this purchase. And Kimberly A. Hood, hope that's not where she lives, great assortment of safety pins. They come in handy. So all the comments are positive. Yeah. Now, I should look. I'm going to click on the 3% 1-star ratings. Let's see.
Yes.
Here we go. We got to be fair, right? So first one, Ben's like Beckham. Personal low for me that I'm irritated enough to get on here and complain about safety pins. So you can read that to your own enjoyment. Oh. Not worth a dime. Flimsy pins, not for me. Dangerous. Should be recalled. However, that's only 3% of the 4,000. Yeah. Over 75% are 4 and 5-star ratings. So are you going to listen to the naysayers, or are you going to listen to the ones that are overwhelmingly positive?
Or are you not really going to worry about it because you spent $6 on safety
pins? Hey,
and you got 250, so you probably got enough out of that 250 to get done.
There's two things you need to worry about. Are they pins? Yes. Are they safe? Yes. Maybe. Yes. Maybe. I'm going to go with maybe on that one.
Maybe, but yeah. So that's if cool. That was you that bought those, let us know, and let us know what you're using those safety pins for. We'd love to hear back from our Not Picks supporters.
If I had to guess, it's with pinning cloth together. If I had to guess.
Yeah. Well, hey, going out on I'll take the not cloth bet on that. Oh. So I have a feeling the odds are with you.
You're doing the over under or whatever the gambling term is. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, we never talked about our gambling exploits.
Oh yes. Maybe that'll be another bonus next week after your Amazon Prime saga.
Amazon drama, Dramazon, and gambling exploits in Vegas will be our topics for next time.
So make sure you tune in. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment on this video. We didn't get as many people on the live chat. We're getting back on our schedule because we love to talk tech and help you get out there and tech better.
Indeed, my friends.
Indeed.com.